This is Raymond Walden, and getting ready to diagnose a PC, and I believe probably change the power supply. As you can see, try to power it up, and it shuts right back down. Usually a bad power supply. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the main power to it and unplug it. Wait for this little LED here to go out. It's out now. That lets you know that it's power's bled off the power supply, and that you're not going to damage the RAM or anything else if you start messing with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it from the motherboard. And this little guy here, some of your graphics cards on your newer systems also have a power supply connector. I'm gonna make sure any fans are unplugged. There's a fan controller on this PC here. That's unplugged. Plug the hard drive and the CD drive. Now this one here, we've got everything kind of wire tied together on it. So now I got to clip wire ties. Best tool for it, believe it or not, pair of toenail cutters. You can get them in there and trim and cut everything loose. So this one here I'm going to cut here. Looks like I'm going to cut here. Here. And that's loose there. Looks like it's going to come here. Okay, looks like everything's there. Everything's loose. So all the harnesses are loose. This is on the PC side here. The next thing I need to do is actually turn this a bit. This case here, you can do these little thumb screws, and this whole thing here will pull out as a unit. Most of them, though, you just undo the 4 screws kind of on the corners of the power supply, and they'll come out. As a matter of fact, I'll show you this in just a second. It slides back out this way. And here come the wires out. And there she is. As you can see right here, the power supply screws here, 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 and here. That's where the screws would be on most cases. And this is a Rhino power supply. It's $35. Not too bad a deal. 450 watts, which should be plenty for this. This is only a Pentium 4 system. Case is worth more than everything else in this. Worth more than the motherboard, the capture card, and everything else. Another cord. Work on computers long enough, you tend to just accumulate these. We'll just set that aside. One thing about power supplies is you don't want to plug them in or turn them on until they've been at least plugged into the motherboard. You got to have a load on them of some sort. And there it is. There's the new one. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the back plate on. Okay, now our power supply is actually ready to bring on in. Just undo this little twisty. There it is. I'll stretch the cables out. So, and then you can feed those through first. And power supply just slides in like that. Well, we ran into a little problem. Definitely a bad power supply. This is a spare I had, but it won't fit in the bay here. The new power supply, the wires are too short to reach the motherboard here and that connector for the processor right there. It is up and running, but as you can see, it's really kind of rigged. So tomorrow I've got to go over to Fry's and pick up another power supply. I'll get this thing running yet. Running right anyway. Our next video will be about installing Linux Ubuntu in it, complete with the grub loader, so we can have Windows and Ubuntu.